SummerSlam was boring as hell. You gotta be kidding me, boys. Everyone thought the pay-per-view was gonna be great. Great. But it completely sucked. Screw WWE on the TNA. Well, the show kicked off with the pre-show match between Antonio Cesaro and Santino Marella, which in my opinion was one of the good matches of the night. We had Antonio Cesaro and Antonio Cesaro say great in 5 different languages, and then he did really good. Gute me, astronomy, Swiss, German, European, English, and all those other things. We had great offensive with Antonio Cesaro, headlocks. This match I thought was going to end very, very quickly. Because as soon as Santino grabbed the Cobra, I thought it was going to be like a 30 minutes matchup. But, no, it was not. We had a lot of back and forth action in this matchup as, of course, they had a lot of things actually in this matchup. You had great offensive by Cesaro, headlocks. Cobra was knocked down on the floor by a crew member. Santino crawls to get the Cobra, but Cesaro pulls him back, and Santino kicks him off and tries to get it again, but Antonio Cesaro hits him with his finisher, which is a big guttered slam in between his head and between his balls. And flips him over and gets the 1, 2, 3 as he hits him with a pile driver to pick up the win. A great matchup to start the pay-per-view off. We didn't get any typical interview bullshit as we usually do. We started off with the great match, and then Triple H was backstage getting ready. This is part of the pre-show, as he tells referee Scott Armstrong with him to let them fight. There will be no countout and no disqualifications. We did not get any weapons or blood in the Triple H and Brock Lesnar matchup. More about that later. Triple H and Shawn Michaels tell Scott to let them fight. Well, the announcers kept hyping up Lesnar versus Triple H as some more fans continued to enter the SummerSlam in the Staples Center, and then we basically got a matchup between Brock Lesnar and Triple H, and that ended the pre-show. There was a lot of hype about it, and that was about it. Well, we kicked off the ring with Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. The pyro comes off, and we open up with a great singles matchup between Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho. Vicky Guerrero comes out and introduces Dolph Ziggler as we look back at the Money in the Bank of Dolph Ziggler winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. As the lights go out and Jericho makes his way next, the prio was really cut, and Chris Jericho's ribs was taped up. We had a lot of offensive matches, we had a lot of offensive moves in this matchup, a lot of counters, a lot of blocks, superplexes, but here we go. Here was the bout of it. We went back and forth. Jericho had a couple of Ziguri kicks. Ziggler had a sleeper hold, and then Ziggler hits a zigzag on Jericho, but he only gets him for a 2. Then Jericho hits Ziggler with a cold breaker to roll to the floor. The referee begins the count, but Biggie grabs Chris Jericho's legs, and then he re-enters the ring. Ziggler takes advantage and rolls up Chris Jericho for only a 2 count. Vicky screamed at ringside, almost shattered my eardrum. And Chris Jericho locks the walls of Jericho, and Ziggler ends to tap it. The winner of this match, Chris Jericho, Y2J, and he still has it. As they said, he still has it. Woo! He still has it. Yes! Well, we had more hype with Brock Lesnar and Triple H, and if you're watching this to find out what happened, well, it was pretty bad. Matt Striker was backstage interviewing Paul Heyman, and surprisingly we saw him more than once. If you guys did not watch the pre-show, probably only to fill in his spots, of course. but that was normally what happened. Heyman talks about what Triple H said to Scott Armstrong later, and he says he will break Triple H tonight and break WWE's spirit. Lesnar grabs the mic and says, "This is a fight Triple H can't win, and if you're down with that, Heyman's got 2 words for you." The crowd said, "Suck it," but he said, "Tap out." Our next matchup of the night was Daniel Bryan versus Kane, which was actually a very quick matchup, actually, in my opinion, but it was a lot of offensive matchups and a lot of submissions. Kane gets kicked by a few times, but Kane catches the 3rd kick and throws Daniel Bryan down to the mat, and we had a lot of offensive moves, as I said before in this matchup, as, there was a lot of things. Bryan climbs to the top rope and drop kicks Kane as he only gets a 1 count. Bryan leaps to the top rope with a headbutt, but Kane catches him with a big choke slam. Kane goes for the Tombs Piledriver, but Bryan counters him with a roll up for the win. And Bryan was quickly ran out of the ring. And after the match, Kane was backstage as he was going on a rampage. Josh Matches approaches him with a comment to interview him, but Kane grabs him by the throat as he yells Matthews, as he throws Matthews into the backstage area, and then he starts throwing things, and it was a very, 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 very weird situation. The Intercontinental Championship matchup was next. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. Mysterio got a big pop as Rey Mysterio wearing na 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 Batman. Your winner of this matchup, The Miz. Boring as hell. But you did a lot of great offensive matchups, a lot of reversals in this matchup. What was part of it? But that was the only thing that really happened. Your winner of this matchup, The Miz, retaining his Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio had a little bit of ring rust, but it was boring as hell. Well, after that, AJ and then CM Punk were talking, and he says, "You know what? We will see you at Raw." Well, the World Heavyweight video promo, we get a video package promo for tonight's World Heavyweight Championship matchup, and then Sheamus comes out with a pop, and Del Rio also too. Ricardo Rodriguez is yelling from the apron. Del Rio flips him over for some reason and pulls Ricardo. The referee focuses on Ricardo, but he tosses him a shoe to Del Rio. Sheamus grabs the shoe and decks Del Rio with it. Sheamus hits the Irish Curse for the pin, but Del Rio's foot was on the bottom rope. Your winner of this matchup, Sheamus. After the matchup, Ricardo Rodriguez tried to show the referee that Del Rio's foot was on the bottom rope. Michael Cole was also outraged. It looked like Sheamus realized what happened, but he leaves the ring. Del Rio and Ricardo argue with the referee for now. Mike Chioda does not want to hear it and heads to the back. While Del Rio throws a fit into the ring, Sheamus stops on the stage and smiles with his World Heavyweight Championship. Replays replay that Del Rio's foot was clearly on the bottom rope. Sheamus music finally stops as Del Rio heads to the back. After that, Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler plugged in Night of Champions. More hype between Lesnar and Triple H's matchup as we see pre-show footage of what Triple H said to Scott Armstrong as Cole talks about Shawn Michaels not being here. One of the best matches of the night that we saw between Del Rio and Sheamus. Next up was Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, the winners of this match. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. More hype leads in with the WWE Championship matchup as we get a video package. But the WWE title matchup was next up. Big Show, John Cena, and CM Punk. What they have here is Big Show versus John Cena versus Big Show, but there are mistakes on WrestlingInc.com, and we gotta live with that. I'm just gonna go down to what happened actually here. At the end of the match, John Cena hits. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. CM Punk hit the Anaconda Advice, and then John Cena hit him with his STFU. Big Show taps. Everyone was celebrating. Cena and Big Show are celebrating, but here's what we got. Here's what we got. Restart the match! Restart the match! Here we go. Well, John Cena hit the Big Show with an AAA! And all of a sudden, CM Punk throws John Cena at the ring, and we get a 1, 2, 3. Punk steals a cheesy win. It gets the title, Sean's View Entertainment. This is entertainment, bro. I know you're trying to put a character on, but you gotta know this. That is entertainment. That is what's supposed to happen. Oh, CM Punk should have not won the title. He got a cheesy win. It's entertainment, bro. That's what's supposed to happen. Well, after that, we see Vince McMahon's Star of Walk Hall of Fame and some celebrities in the crowd. Fred Durst flips the camera off. Woo! More to that detail in a little bit. Former WCW champion David Arquette has a title belt in the crowd. Maria Menounos is wearing a t-shirt with Bob Backlund and Pat Patterson. Well, Fred Durst, the head of Limp Bizkit, apologized, saying that he did not mean to do that, and he understood WWE's ratings, I believe. As I pull up the whole article here, Fred Durst apologized for making absent gesture at SummerSlam. WWE issues a statement flipping the camera off. On camera prior to the main event matchup between Brock Lesnar and Triple H. Rather, he left the arena to apologize to the WWE producers for his actions. A WWE spokesman tells TMZ the reports are 100% false, that the Limp Bizkit frontman did not get the boot. He just felt so bad following the incident. He immediately went backstage to apologize for his actions. We appreciate Limp Bizkit's apologies. However, we are taking our friendly environment and was very serious and was a violation. We sincerely apologize to our fans. Durst claimed on Twitter that he wanted to beat traffic following the show, writing, "I was leaving to beat traffic. Haha. Security escorted me out. WWE is family. Haha. Is this really a rumor? Amazing. My boys at WWE are cracking up. Note, he never left early to beat traffic." So at least Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, apologized. But then we get a WWE plug for WWE Superstars of the Day with the cast in the crowd. Stevie Breach said, "Who is the wrestler of the day?" And I wrote back, "Assault Battery 777. Here's what turned into that. Haha. Haha. Well, boys, WWE should have not done this, because who's the wrestler in the day? Well, we had no idea. Well, here's what happened. I'm concerned for here's what Santino Marella just wrote on his Twitter account 4 minutes ago. I'm concerned for HH backstage. He looked. It's hard to put into words what he seemed like. No wind in his sails. That must make perfect sense. Well, WWE was actually pretty good, as I get a couple more followers here. And let's go under to WWE, and let's go to Stevie Breach here, and hopefully I'll be able to see it here. Get Tony Pizza going. Here's Stevie Breach. Let's see. Here we go. Whoa. Alrighty, boys. Let's see. Gotta love Stevie Breach. Guys, I'm just looking at different things that WWE put out on their Twitter. If you guys let's see. I've fallen asleep a few times here. Of course I did. Let's see. Here's the photos that he put out. Yep. So here's what they did. Okay. People out there trying to find like Leo, yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so baby, you were born to be. Alright, so we just put main event. I'm just looking to figure out where he tweeted. Sorry for this long video. I was just looking at some things or whatever, but I gotta write AB777 back. New tag team champs, no briefcase. Let's see. Oh no, it would have been over there. Okay, here we go. Who the heck is the wrestler of the day? I'm going to reply. Stevie Breach at a assault battery 777. Hashtag YWC. There we go. So that's tweeted, and now back to the SummerSlam results. Well, I was just looking, and WWE has put out a lot of things. I wanted to make this video really short, but your winner and the Triple H main event was up next. Your winner of this match, Brock Lesnar. Boring as hell. Can you give me a what? What? Hell yeah. The only good part about this was they were faking a Triple H retirement. He is not hanging up his boots. You want to read more? Links down in the description box below. I'm WWE News Everyday. Can you smash that like button? Peace! WWE News Everyday. Smash that like button, guys. Peace!